What's up, guys? It's Duke back from SportsGamers.com, and in this Madden 20 tip, I'm going to be going over one of the most requested things I've seen this year, which is how to stop these crazy corner routes from tight offset, or really any formation that has those nice corner routes, especially when a quarterback has escape artists that can roll out and hit these dudes on these routes. So I'm gonna give you guys two pretty good methods, and they're really things you can do from any formation, not just the 1-4-6, but really anything. Although I know a lot of people will love 1-4-6, so you're probably gonna want to check that formation out. So guys, as a quick reminder, make sure you subscribe to our channel. We got the subscribe button in the corner so you don't miss any of our videos, and also turn your notifications on. That'll make sure you know when our videos are uploaded, and we do it 4, 5, 6, sometimes even every day of the week, so you won't want to miss out. So let's get into it, guys. I'm going to be showing you two methods. One method you can use to blitz. The other method is going to be like more of a coverage method. But let's go ahead and move this back. Now, I will say, guys, that a lot of people that run this will use a route chem in the slot so they can have a quick corner route on both sides. You can see here, obviously with the Chiefs, I don't have a route chem, to do that with, but it doesn't really matter. We're just going to show you how to stop it because Watkins, that corner right there is super glitchy. Now, one thing I will tell you guys is that you can stop this blitzing or not blitzing. So we're going to give you a method for each. Now, before we go any further, I just want to let you know this is actually a preview from our Madden 20 D-Block defensive guide. You definitely want to check this guide out. It is the most game-changing content of the year. We have unblockable blitzes from, I think, 5 different formations currently. And when I say unblockable, I really mean it. You cannot do the double team ID the Mike max protects blocking scheme. You can't even do the slide protect, max protect, and slide away from the running back and ID the blitzer on the same side of the running back blocking scheme. You can't do any of that. The blitzes get in instantly, even on escape artist. I show you run these that will lock up every run and coverage schemes as well. So if you like this content on here, how to stop corner routes, and you want what I just told you, check it out. If you don't check it out, you're going to lose to people who do. And I'm going to put the link in the description of this video for you guys to check that out. Alright, so let's look at this. We all know to play Y out, HP swing. And I'm going to show you the first method is to play coverage. And it's going to be, I like to play the cover 4 drop. Very easy coverage. So generally when I play this defense against this formation or a formation with really nice corner routes, what I do is I baseline and press, and then I shade down, and then I shade up. What that does is now I have cloud flats instead of those purple zones, which are terrible. Now, if someone's hitting you with a million drags, you actually could individually play, like one side of the screen had more drags than the other. You could actually individually playmaker one of your corners into a hard flat if you need to, but we're not going to do that here. The other thing I like to do is, since I like to control the safety, one of the safeties, I like to put the safety I don't control in an inside third, so he plays that middle of the field better. Now, if this safety you're pretty much just free roaming, I will say that this setup, obviously because we have outside quarters, can give up one-play touchdowns. So basically that's why I'm controlling the safety. If I see someone has one of those deep posts that I know is about to be a one-play touchdown, or just anything I know is about to be a one-play touchdown because I have outside quarters on the field, that's why I'm controlling the safety. So if I see that, I can go jump that and make sure they don't pick up a cheap one-play touchdown, and then past that, if I don't see any one-play touchdowns, I can just guard whatever I need to guard. Now, another thing I'll mention here is that this defense, obviously because we're pressing, you want to have fast corners. Players in this game now are very fast, so the fastest you can get, the better. Also, you're going to notice a big difference if your corners have, 90 plus zone. Even if they're in the 80 zone, you're going to notice difference. I actually picked the Falcons on purpose because their DBs kind of, to be honest with you, are really not good. And I just wanted to show you guys that even though their DBs are not really good, this still works, okay? So you can imagine, because look at the zone ratings I have over here. I think I have Wilson and Trufant on the outside, and their zone ratings are not very good. So Trufant, he's 84, which is cool, so we're happy with that. Wilson, he has 64 zone, and this still even works with him. But I'm definitely going to tell you guys the higher zone you have there, the better. Especially if you have an ability to make the zone coverage better, that's even going to be better. But I just wanted to show you that you don't even need that. This stuff works without it. So let's see how this works. I'm going to just go ahead and run this, and you guys can see for yourself. So watch how I'm not even, you can see I'm not even doing anything with my user. Look at that, I click on, and that should have been a pick. The only reason that wasn't a pick was because obviously I'm doing in practice mode 2 things at once, but we're going to do that again. And I'm actually just, even though I user control the safety, I'm just moving the midfield, get him out of here. Because obviously I'm not trying to do anything, I'm just trying to throw this corner out so you guys can see it. Again, look at how this guy is underneath the ball. You just click on it, it's a super easy pick. And realize that in practice mode, I'm having to throw the ball and then click on. So I'm even clicking on a split second late. And the reason why this works, guys, is that you can see that this corner route, the DB in the outside quarter, when you baseline and press him, he's just sitting under, he's literally sitting underneath it. Okay, look at this. He's sitting underneath it, and he's going to be able to click on easy pick animation. But you can see here, this is why I told you guys that you have to control this safety to watch out for stuff like this. Because this deep post, that'd be a one-play touchdown against this coverage if they threw it out in here. So that's why you have to be on your safety to make sure you're watching for stuff like that so they can't get you a cheap one-play touchdown. Okay, so make sure you're on the safety to watch for potential one-play touchdowns because while this will take away the corner out, that could be given up. So this will even work when they try to roll out and throw the corner routes too. It still works just the same. Right on the run here, rolling out, just so you can see it even stops that. Same setup, you baseline press, shade down, then up to get clouds and put the safety you don't control in the inside third. Then you're going to just, this is just the cover for drop coverage. So you guys can see here, clicking onto that DB and with the rollout, easily able to undercut it and swat it. I could have probably picked it, but I just swatted it there to be safe. And again, guys, this DB is complete doo-doo. He is absolutely terrible. If you saw his ratings, he had 60-something zone. He's low overall. He has no speed. And again, you can just see he's underneath this, and you're easily able to click on and make a play. So this is the first method I like to use, just simple coverage defense. And it's really effective. Now, the second method I like to use is if I'm blitzing. So if I'm blitzing, like I like the DB sting to buzz, but just like a cover 2 blitz in general where, you know, you can bring some good heat so they just don't even have that long to make the read is also nice. Now, another thing about this formation to note is obviously the pass protection is not that good. You know, I mean, yes, you can block blitzes. I showed you a way in a video yesterday to block blitzes like this, but, you know, you have to do a lot of stuff. It's not just simple to block blitzes like bunches. So what I do here is I go ahead and I press coverage and I shade up, and then like I'll set my blitz up if I want to by blitzing linebackers contain, sliding the slot corners in. So again, this basically makes it so that they don't have much time to make their read, so it's going to be a rush throw anyways, most likely. But then the other thing I do is I individually back off my corners that I put in the cloud flats, because when you do that, when they're backed off, they don't, you know, it's not as hard. It's way harder to throw over the top of them when you do this. To throw over the top of a backed up cloud flat, you would have to have a deeper corner route and not just a quick corner route like that are very effective. And by the way, the first method I showed you from cover 4, it will stop the deep corners too. So let's go ahead and to back to your corner up, guys. A lot of people don't know this, but if you just press with no baseline, you can individually back up corners by hitting the coverage audible and then the individual coverage button. The receiver's icon you want to back the corner up over. So here I'm going to do X first, and then up on the right analog stick, and you can see it backs them up. So I can do the same thing over here if I'm worried about the other side of the field. Back up true font. I'm sorry, back up the corner over hill, which is true font, just like that. Now, I'm not actually going to, you know, I'm not trying to scream. Like, yes, I do want to scream here, but the problem is if I scream, obviously, you're not even going to get to see the corner out because I'm going to get sacked so fast. As you guys can see, like, you know, there's no even room to really throw the corner out. So now that you see why I like doing this, because A, it makes it hard to throw the corner outs, I'm not actually even going to blitz this time. I just want to show you how the coverage itself works. So we're not even going to set the blitz up. We're just going to go ahead and press shade up, and again, that's just to make sure that the clouds are on the field. And the reason for that is soft squats sometimes, you know, have matching principles, so I want to make sure I have a cloud so nothing happens to whether they try to match. Then, you know, I'm going to individually back the 2 guys up so that if they're trying to do it on both sides of the field now, they can't. And, you know, I'm just going to click on someone and get them out of the way. I'm just going to play in the D tackle, so I'm not even doing anything. So now I'm going to try to throw these corner routes. Again, I'm just going to throw it to Watkins because that's where my terrible guy is, so you can see that it even works with someone bad. So let's take a look, and you guys can see, as you guys can see, it's an easy click on pick. Again, these corner routes will not get over cloud flats when you individually back them up, and it's super easy to do. You just don't baseline, and then I'll do it one more time if you guys didn't catch on. But all you do is you just don't baseline, and then individually back them up, and you can see they're both boxed. Now here, like obviously, they could have hit some underneath stuff, but again, we're willing to give up drags. We just don't want them to be able to roll out and hit corners. Now, the reason why I do like to blitz, heavily when I'm playing this cover 2 look with the backed up cloud flats, is because when I blitz heavily like that, it makes it a lot harder to roll out. If they're going to try to roll out, they're going to have to set up a lot more protection than this. They're going to have to do motion. They're going to have to basically use the method I showed you in the last video. And if I see that, I can adjust off of that. But that's going to make it a lot harder. They're not going to have nearly as many reads when they do that. So that's why I like doing this. Because now if you want to roll out, if I blitz you heavily, obviously I'm not here. But if I did blitz you heavily and you want to roll out, you got to have 2 to 3 routes only on the field. You can't have 4 or 5 routes. So that's going to make it a lot harder for them to have anything else. So again, guys, the only thing I'm just going to show you one last time, but I do want to just quickly take a look at how well the DB really does play this. Look at how well he's sitting on this route. He's just sitting there. You can immediately click on and get that easy pick animation just like that on the corner route. So again, all I'm doing here to individually back up my coverage is I press, I shade over top to make sure I have clouds. At this point, I can set up my blitz if I want. But if I'm even not going to set up the blitz, maybe I'm just playing base cover 2 coverage and don't even want to blitz, I just hit the coverage audible, which again, if we're on Xbox, coverage audible is Y. If we're on PlayStation, that's triangle. Then I hit the individual coverage adjustment, which you can see here for Xbox. That's what I'm doing. Then I hit the receiver's icon that I want to back the corner up. So I want to back 2 outside corners up. So first I'm going to do X, which is on the left. Then I click the right analog stick up to back them up. Then I do the same thing on the other side. Click, this is Tyreek Hill, obviously click his icon and then hit again the right analog stick up to back him up. So that's all you have to do. Works like a charm. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this tip. I'm sure if you play weekend league especially or any sort of competitive mode, you every day probably face guys who just try to abuse corner routes, especially rolling out. And it's super, super annoying. There's not many defenses in the game that can counter it, but these are 2 methods that will counter it really well. And again, this is not, you don't have to use Big Dime 146. I'm just showing that to you because I know that people love that defense, but you can use the tactics I showed you from the cover 4 drop coverage and then the cover 2 blitz from any formation in the game that you want to use, which is why I think this is such a great tip. So I hope you guys liked it, and like I said, in the meantime, pick up that Madden 20 D-Block defensive guide. You will not regret it. Support your boy. I'm going to be back with more tips. Until next time, I'm out.